Shalom. I like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakal Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to my Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as they are the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. This is your brother Yakali from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp, and this video is about the prophecy of famine. Now, we're in those days, the end of the days of the rulership of the Edomites, who are these so-called white people. And one of the major prophecies that will be coming to pass is the famine. Alright, and the famine isn't anything that's new. Yahweh Shemeshai has used famine to bring great tribulation upon, the world, in different areas several times. Alright, now people can't imagine a famine coming because in this lifetime and for the past few lifetimes, you know what I'm saying, these people have not experienced a major famine. When people think about a famine, they think about, like, they'd say a famine of biblical proportions, you know what I'm saying? So they don't think it's something that can actually happen. But we're telling you, man, coming to you as the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shemeshai, that the famine is coming. And, this famine is actually engineered, first of all, by Yahweh Shemeshai, but also Yahweh Shemeshai is using the wicked elite of Esau Edom to bring about this famine upon you people, man. Alright, and you people have been warned several times to get right with Yahweh Shemeshai. Alright, because, man, famine ain't something to play around with. In the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 9, it says, it is better to die of the sword than of famine. Alright, but it's coming, man. Okay? And you people have been warned. So, this says, from the Epic Economist, panic and chaos sweep across supply chains as shortage of everything push prices to skyrocket. Right? So, I guess at this point it really depends on where you're at in regards to experiencing these things. Out here in Jamaica, I've mentioned this before, but there's a place that I go to purchase food, and I went there yesterday again, to purchase, what I usually get there, and they're still out of that particular item. You know what I'm saying? And it's temporarily, they have it up there, temporarily unavailable. They have no idea when they will have the item available again, and if it ever will be available again, and that's just one small example, but I'm sure that other people are experiencing some kind of shortage. Okay, so I'll just read this. These days, everyone seems to be talking about a global economic recovery, but the truth is that more problems are emerging with each passing day, and the global economy is still very far from what it was before the onset of that. Even though consumer demand is still booming, supply chains all over the world are in a state of total chaos. So you see, even though consumer demand is still booming, right? So people are still out there, they're still spending on whatever else, and things seem to be somewhat normal for them. All right. Shortages of essential parts and products are making things extremely difficult for hundreds of thousands of manufacturers, and the process of shipping products overseas has become insanely expensive, oftentimes resulting in horrendous delays. On top of that, a historic shortage of workers is aggravating the supply chain crisis even further, while retailers struggle to restock their shelves for their customers in a timely manner. This level of disruption is something that we have never seen before. The crisis is getting so severe that even CNN is admitting that things are bound to get worse. All right, so CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, all of those stations, man. That's Esau Edom's main news sites. And when they start reporting on that, man, you know, instead of getting it on like alternative news sources or whatever, yeah, man, you know certain things are coming. Okay. But I want to go to the part right here where it says that people, even though consumer demand is still booming, yeah, man. Let me just go to the scripture. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So these things are coming, man. Famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish. Alright, and the topic of this video is famine. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges. Talking about you wicked Israelites, man. Even though you're going to be suffering these things, you're not going to turn towards Yahweh Shemeshai. So, y'all would just have to perish. It is what it is. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion, right? So because they're still able to go out there and purchase food and everything appears to, be normal-ish in regards to, still being able to go to the grocery store and all these things, the people, they don't take heed, you know what I'm saying? For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. So we're coming to this period of time, man. All right, as Ezra said, woe is me, woe is me. Okay, so the famine is coming, and man, if you don't have your Yahweh Shemish on your side, you're completely through. All right, now I have more videos to look at. All right. We have the largest food supplier warns brace for impact. The nation's largest food supplier warns of empty shelves, food inflation, canceled orders to areas. All right. From the Silver Report. No, it's just
youtube.com/c/grow at home. That's the name of the channel. And also, if you're on Telegram, follow there t.me/stock. And that there are some price increases coming for food. So I wanted to go over what's happening with Cisco. It's, of course, the largest U.S. food distributor, and what they said is they're having trouble right now keeping shelves stocked, and that there are some price increases coming for food.
Yeah, people have been going to places like Walmart, and they've been taking videos, and they're like, this seems strange, because this isn't the first time, when you watch the video, right? They're like, this is strange because they've been observing over the weeks that the shelves are just looking empty, and then more empty, and then more empty. All right, and the thing that they're finding it's a bit strange, but people are noticing it. Okay, but there's still food available,
They're going to be almost immediate. Now, the thing is, we really had some issues going on in the beginning of this crisis. If you weren't paying attention, the shelves were emptied out. It seems like everything hasn't really recovered to the full since then. Now, you look at what's going on today, the U.S. might be facing a very similar shortage once again on key products. This, of course, is not because of a surge in demand, but a drop in supply. Now, when we look at the data that came out from Bloomberg, they found that some of the largest U.S. food distributors are reporting difficulties in fulfilling orders as a lack of workers is now weighing on the supply chain. So Cisco, North America's largest wholesale food distributor, they're turning away customers in some areas because demand is exceeding capacity. So the issue is they don't have enough workers that they're actually turning away customers. They don't have enough workers to pack the orders, and they said that food inflation is about to soar. They said prices for key goods like chicken, pork, and paper products for takeout packaging, they're climbing due to tight supplies. They said in particular, production has slowed for high demand, labor-intensive cuts like bacon, ribs, wings, and tenders. And final wholesale prices are rising and the consumer side are likely going to be rising very soon. Now, Cisco's chief executive officer, Kevin Harrikin, he
All right, so you heard that. You can watch the video. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the Silver Reports, and then another video from the Silver Report posted today. Major supermarket chains warn this is the worst food supply shortage they've ever seen. And as you can, you can clearly see that due to this worldwide situation that's going on, this has caused, these things. And that's all intentional, okay, by the wicked elite of Esau Edom. You see, they're coming in from all kinds of fronts, man. The famine, this thing has brought in the famine. This thing has brought in the expedition. Is it expedition? Or it has expedited, rather, the moving towards a cashless society, the central bank digital currencies that are being developed worldwide, and all roads lead to that mark of the beast, man, which is that microchip, which I have another video that we're going to look at after this. Well, let's play this.
Hey guys, welcome. They don't really seem to. It's an excellent platform. You can /grow at home. Now, we've been talking about the food shortages, and I think that it's a really good idea for everyone to go out and buy themselves an extra few months worth of food. Now, a lot of people, they don't really seem to understand what's going on, but this is actually international. A leading supermarket boss from the UK, they warn that the current food shortages are at the worst level that he has ever seen. Now, this is also something that's happening in the United States. It's happening all around the world, and they're pretty much the same stories being told all around the world.
You see that international, worldwide. Yup. This famine is going to be worldwide, man. Every single country around the world is going to be feeling this famine. All right. And the way things are looking, unless you take certain solutions for what is going on, even if there is food available at this moment in time, you won't be able to get that food, man. As we've seen in Australia and in France, people have been denied going into grocery stores because they haven't taken Esau's the dragon's cocktail. You know what I'm saying? And that is the same way how it's going to be when it comes to that microchip. That's why it says in Revelation chapter 13, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So the food shortages are coming. The famine is indeed coming. All right. But, bro, it's going to get real bad out here because this is going to bring on a lot of chaos. All right. You Israelites, man, you so-called niggers, Latinos, and Native Americans, you people who have not taken heed to these words, you people really have it coming for you, man.
Now, the food supply chain, they said, was disrupted by a lack of lorry drivers and by a shortage of labor in general. So they're facing the same kind of issues where they say there's a lack of drivers, there's a lack of labor, and this is happening all across the food industry. So the chief executive of a co-op group named Steve Merles, he said the Brexit and also some of the crisis-related issues, they all have something to do with this, but the road haulage industry said that there's currently a shortfall of around 90,000 drivers. Now, the boss of the frozen food retailer, Iceland, Richard Walker, he said that unless these problems are resolved now, it could affect the all-important Christmas supplies. Now, this is another troubling sign. The other day, they were warning about this in the US, that it would be a good time to go out and to purchase your Christmas presents now, because it's likely you won't be able to have access to those kinds of things by the time that Christmas rolls around. And this was something that was coming out from the chief lady supposedly in charge. And that's interesting because we're hearing the same kind of subject going on, that it could begin to impact the all-important Christmas supplies. I think that what we're going to see is just about a shutdown of everything that is non-essential moving forward. That we're just not going to see these products anymore on the shelves, and as more and more of these companies fail. And think about it. It's not just that people are prevented from buying these products, and for the most part, a lot of it's kind of loosened up some, and people have been able to access things, go out and about, carry on with their daily lives. But it's still a portion of our population is being reminded daily that the best course of action for them is to not go out and to go shopping, not go out to movie theaters, don't go out to restaurants, don't go and spend your money. Essentially, they're telling everyone to remain home. So therefore, a lot.
Yeah, you know what's happening? The wicked elite of Esau Edom is bringing in their new slavery system, all right, which is becoming more restrictive. These things that are happening are going to becoming more permanent, man. You know, the wicked elite of Esau Edom, they actually intend with their new slavery system where, you know, things are going to be limited. All right, even if it's not going to be like right now where you can buy, you know, if you have the income, you can purchase food. You're going to be limited to how much food you can eat daily and all these kinds of things, man. You people really, yo, man, this devil,
Inflation is on the menu for food and for pretty much everything. EBT increased by 25%, an indirect admission of 25% inflation. I guess mass starvation will be the deserved dessert for some people. I am not sure all these diabetic land whales will make it through. Control food and you control people. With food prices rising and rising, farmers cutting crop production, and government manipulation in all of it, people will be losing it soon. Just remember, our government will take your home from you if you don't.
yeah, people are gonna be losing it soon, man. Um, and that's why in Second Ezra chapter 15, it says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, and man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation." So that lack of bread is coming, man. And you know, this entire thing is going to Esau Edom is going to lose control of it, man. All right, because Yahweh Shemeshai is going to turn this thing all the way up, man. It's going to be chaos out here in these streets. But you know what? You people have been warned, and we've been telling you. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. And a lot of you people that heard the words of Yahweh Shemeshai, when you are experiencing those hunger pangs, okay, and you're dying of hunger, literally, all right, you're going to remember the words of Yahweh Shemeshai, but for several of you, it's already going to be too late, man. All right, but this famine is coming. You know, the Most High says that he shall send the evil arrows of famine upon you people, man. But guess what? As it says in Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 13, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And as it is written, so it shall be done. So with that, I'd like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yeshai, Bashim Kodesh, Wa Abad, Babal, Shalom.